Nas. Have you ever felt anger rise because of someone's words? Maybe a friend insulted you. Maybe your boss raised his voice. Maybe someone ignored your message and suddenly your whole mood changed. But here is a powerful truth. No one can make you angry unless you allow them to. There was once a man who became angry at almost everything and everyone. One encounter changed his entire life. This is his story, and perhaps in some way it is yours too. In a quiet village near the mountains lived a man named Rahim. He was known for one thing: his temper. If his wife forgot to add salt to the food, he shouted. If a cow wandered into his field, he screamed. Even when children laughed outside, he would yell, "Can't you stay quiet for a moment?" Rahim believed the world was the problem, never himself. His wife, Amina, would gently say, "Rahim, why do you let small things make you so angry?" He would respond sharply, "People should know how to behave. If they don't respect me, how can I stay calm?" He never realized that by reacting this way, he was giving everyone else control over his peace. One morning, a monk arrived in the village. He wore simple white clothes and carried a calm presence, like still water. He sat under a large banyan tree near the well. People said, "He speaks little, but his words reach the heart." One afternoon, Amina suggested, "Rahim, go meet the monk. Maybe he can guide you." Rahim laughed. "What can a monk teach me? He doesn't deal with fools like I do." Nas. But the very next day, while working in his field, a neighbor's son accidentally broke one of his tools. Rahim exploded in anger. He shouted so loudly that birds flew from the trees. The boy ran home in tears. That evening, Rahim sat alone. His chest was still burning. "Why do I always feel worse after shouting?" he whispered. He couldn't sleep that night. Before sunrise, he walked toward the banyan tree. The monk was sitting quietly, listening to the morning birds. Rahim stood there awkwardly, unsure how to begin. Finally, he said, "Master, I am tired. People make me angry, and I cannot control myself." The monk opened his eyes and smiled gently. "Sit, my friend," he asked. "When someone makes you angry, how long does that anger stay?" Rahim thought for a moment. "Sometimes an hour, sometimes an entire day. And when it fades, how do you feel?" Rahim sighed. "Empty, sad, exhausted." The monk nodded. "That is because anger burns the one who holds it, not the one it is thrown at." He picked up a cup of water. "This water is calm. You can see your reflection clearly. But if I shake it, the reflection disappears." He stirred the water. "The same happens to your mind. When it is disturbed, you cannot see truth clearly." Rahim frowned. "So should I stay silent when someone insults me?" The monk smiled. "No. Learn to respond instead of react. There is a difference. When someone throws dirt at you, you can either catch it or step aside. The choice is always yours." The next, Nas. Day, the monk gave Rahim a lesson. "Bring a pot of water and a handful of sand." Rahim did as he was told. "Now boil the water." As the water began to bubble, the monk asked, "Can you touch it now?" "No," Rahim replied. "It's too hot." "That is anger," the monk explained. "When emotions boil, peace cannot be touched." Then he dropped a spoonful of sand into the pot. The water became cloudy. "This is your mind when you react." He poured the water into a bowl and waited. After some time, the sand settled at the bottom and the water became clear again. This is what happens when you stop reacting. Your mind settles. You begin to see clearly. Rahim sat silently. He realized that for years he had been boiling his own water. In the days that followed, Rahim practiced staying calm. When someone annoyed him, he took a deep breath and remembered. Step aside. Don't catch the dirt. It wasn't easy. His old habits pushed back. One afternoon, a merchant at the market tried to cheat him. Rahim felt anger rising inside him. He wanted to shout, but instead he breathed slowly and said, "I'll buy from someone honest." Then he walked away. The merchant stood there stunned. For the first time, Rahim didn't argue, and strangely, he felt lighter. That night, he slept peacefully. But real change is always tested. One morning, a group of young men mocked him. "Look, the angry man has become a saint." They laughed. Rahim felt the heat rise again. His fists tightened. His mind shouted, "Shnas, them who you are." Then he remembered the monk's words. When you react, you give away your power. He stopped, smiled, and said, "You're right. I used to be angry. Now I am learning something better." His calm response confused them. One of them asked, "How can you stay calm when we insult you?" Rahim replied gently, If someone offers you poison, you don't have to drink it. They fell silent. Rahim walked away with peace in his heart. Weeks turned into months. Amina noticed the difference. He no longer shouted at children. He smiled more often. Even when problems came, he remained steady. One morning, Rahim returned to the banyan tree. "Master," he said, bowing slightly, "I have understood something important. People were not making me angry. It was my own mind. Now I know I can choose peace." The monk smiled. "Life will continue to test you. But every time you remain calm, you grow stronger within." Rahim asked, "Will people ever stop testing me?" The monk laughed softly. "When the storm sees that you no longer run from it, it stops chasing you." Years passed. Rahim became known as the calmest man in the village. When people felt upset, they came to him for advice. He would say, "Peace is not found in the silence around you. It is found in the silence within you." One day, a young boy asked, "Uncle Rahim, don't people still try to make you angry?" Rahim smiled. "Sometimes they try. But when you stop reacting, their power fades. You cannot control the wind, but you can. Nas. Learn how to sail." He looked toward the mountains and said softly, "When I stopped reacting, I truly began living." We cannot stop people from speaking harshly. We cannot prevent problems from appearing. But we can stop giving them the power to steal our peace. Every reaction is a decision. Every moment of calm is strength. The person who controls their reaction controls their life. So the next time someone tries to disturb your peace, smile and remind yourself, "I will not catch the dirt." You cannot control the world, but you can always control how you respond to it. True strength is not in shouting louder. It is in staying calm when the world tries to shake you.